Merch Minds Podcast, episode 120, with a special guest today. My name is Glenn, YouTube channel Hustler Hacks. Young, what's up? Wearing a jacket.
What's going on? It's raining.
Is it cold or just raining?
Well, it's not really cold, but it was raining earlier. That's for
Oh,
sure.
okay. Very
Um,
nice. So we have a good guest, new merch news, and of course going through the numbers. So unless you have
absolutely.
some other stuff you want to talk about.
I always have stuff to talk about,
Okay,
man.
go ahead.
All right. Well, first of all, let's go over our numbers. What's your last 7 days looking like?
Oh, we really have to do this right
I know,
now.
I know, I know. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough
um,
for it's tough for me too, man.
All right, last 7 days. Products sold 64, returns 4, and estimated royalties $191.31.
Wow. So they
So,
so they went down from last week, yeah?
I think they were even worse last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So my last 7 days, very similar to yours, but the royalties are a bit higher. 61 sold, 3 returns, product purchases $1,244.18. Estimated royalties $254.20. A slight increase from last week, but again, overall the numbers are completely down. Um, a lot of people are frustrated. And I knew this was coming. We had talked about it. There's no surprises here. It's just a matter of doing good research, putting out good designs, um, and like we talked about before, maybe exploring other platforms because right now merch isn't what it used to be.
But at least 200, like 250 a week, a solid $1,000 a month. You take that any day.
I'll take it any day, right? But it's not what it used to be, right? It's not the 3,000 a month that it used to be.
Yeah, that's true.
So
The quitting your
definitely.
job a month.
Definitely, numbers are on the decline for sure. Um, Before we continue, man, just wanted to kind of talk about this real quickly. It had nothing to do with merch. Dude, did you hear about Nipsey Hussle?
Yes, I did.
Really sad news. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge hip hop head. Um, I love the old school hip hop music. Grew up on that stuff, and there was news today. He's not an old school guy, but he's someone that I actually do listen to. 'Cause I don't listen to a lot of the new hip hop stuff, but he's someone that I do listen to, and someone who he's actually a really good guy because he gives back to the community. He works with the kids within the community. Anyway, the guy got shot and killed
Outside
in
of
Los
his
Angeles
store, yeah.
outside of his own freaking store at the age of 33. And this one hurts. This one really hurts, and you hear about rappers getting shot and killed. I mean, just that alone is really devastating. But this one, oh my gosh,
They
it
were
really.
interviewing your boy E40 in the morning.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they're interviewing him, I guess, because he
What station? What station?
it was on satellite radio. It was on
Okay.
Shade 45. They were talking with him, so I was listening to that a little bit.
hmm
But
Um, but yeah, this one really hurts, man. This one really, really hurts. Speaking of E40, he has his own line of drink. I guess he's promoting it in here in a few days in the Bay Area. I was thinking about going up there and saying what's up, but
yeah, you should. That'd be awesome.
uh, what's up, man? He's like, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Um, but yeah, man. Hey, did we share this on? Did I share this story on air last time? Remember, I was complaining to you about driving and the whole construction thing. And,
I don't.
how that guy behind me was honking and blowing his horn.
I don't think so.
Jesus. Anyway, um, I just thought it was a funny story. So if you got, like when you're at an intersection and they're doing construction on the road, right?
Mm-hmm,
And when there's a lane that's closed, they usually have those guys in the fluorescent vest manually controlling traffic, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
One on one side of the road, they'll have to stop. One guy would be holding up the stop sign, and the other side, he'll hold up like the slow sign so you can drive slowly through the cones.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, So I'm at the stop sign. They're doing construction, and the guy in front of me is wearing the fluorescent vest and whatnot. He's holding up the stop sign. So I stop and I'm just waiting until he flips the sign over to slow. But the guy behind me, freaking, he's blowing his horn, right? And then I look in the rearview mirror. He's like, you can definitely tell he's mad, and he's saying something. And I'm like, where the hell you want me to go? There's a guy here holding up the stop sign, and he's like, he's like waving his arms, he's honking, and you can tell he's yelling. Even the guy was like, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
And then Young's
Now,
like, I'm gonna get out of this car right now, handle
dude,
business.
man, it's just one of the many reasons why I don't like driving, man. People are nuts. But yeah, man, he was like blowing his horn, telling me to go. I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
So what happened? Did you end up you just kept going and eventually he went away, or did he try to like go
No, he
side by
was
side
behind me.
with you and like telling you
No, it
stuff?
was one lane. He was behind me the whole time. And I'm like, where the hell do you want me to go? I'm like, the guy's holding up a stop sign.
But finally, you had to at some point get out of that.
Well, yeah, eventually the guy
Yeah.
flipped over the sign and we started driving. But the guy was blowing his horn, telling me to go. It's nuts. Man, people are crazy, man. People are nuts. Let's see. So last week we had Nimble come on the show. Um, a lot of people signed up from what I heard, which is good. Just a PSA from Nimble: if you guys are having problems, uh, contact customer support or even contact me, and I'll forward the message to them. I don't have a problem doing that. But if you guys are having problems, don't let that stop you from setting up your store. They are there to help you guys out. They've been actively helping me out with my store. In fact, they're the ones that's pretty much putting my store together. Um, and I'm sure they will be more than happy to set you guys up as well. But yeah, so check out Nimble. Last week's episode, if you guys haven't heard it yet, they're doing some really cool stuff. In fact, I was talking to Zach
Mhm.
yesterday, and I'm gonna have them fulfill my Etsy orders. It's not for everyone. It's just me for the time being because they're using me kind of like a test dummy to kind of figure everything out if this is gonna work or not. Um, but they're gonna fulfill my Etsy orders. If things go smoothly, I'm sure they will roll that portion out to the general public. Um, but we are working on that behind the scenes. Um, I think, Glenn, I think you should make an announcement about your channel because people have been asking. Uh, is the Merch Minds podcast not being published to your channel anymore? What's the
Okay,
deal
so
with
here's
that?
what's going
I,
on.
I know you told me, but we have to
Yes.
let the public know because people have been asking me.
So here's what's going on. So YouTube and algorithm and figuring all this out. That was one of my goals for 2019. Is like, what's going on here? How can I build up more subscribers and views? And because Merch by Amazon is so different than the other things that I'm posting, eBay stuff or reselling on even eBay, they consider it different. Like they only want specific, like the whole Ross Burlington sneaker type of, even outside sneaker stuff is fine, but they really want the channel based off of that. So I got different emails and feedback from YouTube, and it worked. Had like 60,000 views, 70,000 views on some of the videos that I did in the last like month and a half. So I'm really trying to just target down to that. So Merch Minds doesn't fit into that. I'm still doing the edits for the actual podcast. And so what I'm looking to do is trying to get the video version on our Facebook group. Now, if I can do that, sometimes it takes a while to load, and it did give me like a whole error message thing, I guess, because the video was too big. And so I'm going to try to work on that to see if I can get it down to like, maybe the quality won't be as great, but at least you can still see how you used to watch it. So if I could do that on our Facebook group, so go to our Facebook group and join that, then I can get those. But either way, Young posts the link to the actual podcast version. So regardless, you'll still be able to hear it.
Yeah. And technically it is on YouTube because whenever we upload the audio file onto iTunes, it automatically loads it onto YouTube, but it's not on Glenn's channel. It's on a completely separate channel called Merch Minds. So go ahead and do a YouTube search for Merch Minds, and I'm sure you will find it. Again, it is not Glenn's channel. It's a channel by itself. Um, let's see. Other than that, just a couple more things, dude. I'm thinking about getting back into FBA. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but I feel like it's calling my name. I feel like it's come back, young.
Come back, young FBA. Which I was actually going to talk to you about that. So March was my first full month back on FBA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I did a little bit over 8,000.
That was yesterday.
That was for
you did $642 yesterday.
Yes. So I'm trying to do my goal for this month, 10,000 FBA, and then I just got to keep going. Like hopefully 12 after that, and just try to improve it. I mean, I thought 8,000 for just coming back was good, but I know I could do better than that.
You're doing RA, right? You're not doing thrifting or anything like that.
I'm doing it for the channel and some things for eBay, but I'm not doing like.
No, I'm talking about FBA though.
No.
It's just all retail.
All retail stuff. Yeah.
It's all RA.
Yeah.
Okay. But I am still doing local sales on Craigslist. That's always been one of my favorites. I'll never stop doing that.
Yeah.
I still get sales on a monthly basis. Something that I really enjoy.
Can't deny cash.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's get into the show. Let's get into the interview. We have Neil Lassen. The guy needs no introduction. Everyone knows him. He's here to talk about Book Bolt. If you guys don't know what it is, well, this is obviously the right show to listen to because he's going to introduce us to what Book Bolt is and some of the many features. Our guest today, he needs no introduction. Everyone knows who he is, okay? Neil Lassen from Merch Informer. Neil, welcome back, man. How you been?
Thank you. I'm great, actually. The weather's nice finally out in Colorado.
Yeah? You've been busy, huh?
I've been really busy. Just
you've been working on the house, I saw?
Working on the house, been painting a lot, so that's been different from online work, actual physical labor. So
yeah. He it's funny. Neil sends me a message, man, don't ever buy a house. I'm like, I'm not ever buying a house out here, man. It's too damn expensive.
That was literally right after we got done painting a room at like 9:30, 10 p.m.
Yeah. And
I was pretty sick of it.
I saw that picture that you posted of you and Melissa, and you guys were just like covered in paint. So that was cool. So, but yeah, man, welcome back. Let's see. So everyone knows you for Merch Informer, but you came out with something recently that I think is going to get a lot of people excited. Book Bolt. Why don't you tell us about Book Bolt? What is it?
All right, so I guess you guys are all familiar with Merch by Amazon.
Yes, sir.
It's been very fun. It's been changing over the years, but I think the new thing that people are going into is called KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. And to me, I don't know if this is your opinion as well, since I know you kind of dove into it, but it reminds me of merch in the early days, where there's not very much competition. There's a lot of open niches for going into and selling. So I jumped into it, started looking around because I had a few books online, actual books, with written text, and I realized people were doing these no content books. So what we did is we released a software for research and actually creating the interiors as well as the covers for these books, because that is the biggest pain if you are not a designer or anyone with Photoshop knowledge, is getting those things created and then uploading them to Kindle so they can print on demand your actual physical books. So we created software for that to actually speed up the process a lot, which allows people who already have design assets, okay, because that is the asset in a Merch by Amazon business, is all your designs, to quickly throw them up also on Amazon, but sell them on different products. And in this case, it's books.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm assuming that you're currently publishing to KDP, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. I started off uploading kind of the best-selling designs I already have just to test it. So I don't have that many uploaded. I think I have it's between 500 and 600, somewhere in there.
Damn, he's catching up to me.
But what do you have published?
I think last I checked, I have about 800.
Okay. Well, I've definitely slowed down. I think more of the designs I put up are actually test books to see if certain interiors will actually pass the review or not. But which is probably the biggest pain with KDP because they actually have, unlike merch where if you use a keyword or something, it gets flagged and then someone looks at it. With KDP, I'm pretty sure that every single book you upload is actually reviewed by a person.
I can confirm because Kelly Roberts, I don't know if you know her or not. She had coached me and Glenn about journal publishing. She said that they are manually approved.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely tell that they have a much larger team than Merch by Amazon because if you send them a message, they will actually respond to you.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah,
It's
it is
definitely
nice.
a perk.
That does sound nice. You know what I like about Neil though is that he's so quick on things. It's just like doesn't surprise me they had software ready to go, like pretty much as soon as things start hitting. Like with Merch by Amazon, it's like man, Merch Informer is like already out here. And not only that, not only is it just like there, it's like a great platform that's like working well. So it doesn't surprise me you've just already hit the ball on this one. Like,
no, I mean it doesn't surprise me either. And the cool thing, and here's the thing, right? I mean, like when you first came out with the Merch Informer, it's evolved. I mean, it's nowhere what it used to be, right? I mean, initially it was just strictly for research, and now you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with Merch Informer. I mean, you can bake a cake with it if you want. I mean, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. And I know BookBoat is just in beta. And it's funny because someone just asked me this the other day, you might have saw the comment or the question in the group. They were saying, well, what does it do? I'm like, well, right now you can do research. There's a batch uploader. There's a cover creator. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Yeah, so there's the research aspect, to find what else is out there. So you can actually decide what niche you want to go in so your product actually show up in front of a customer instead of what most people do is design what they like, and they might be their only customer. So that's kind of the core software is the research aspect. And then we have the designer, which if you're familiar with KDP, there's, I think it's 13 different sizes that your books can be.
Mm-hmm.
So
something like that.
Yeah. So the problem with that is when you're doing your books normally, without any help or anything, you log in and you have to like pick your template, and then you take that specific template and you go and design it. But with our designer, you literally just pick from a drop down, like what size book do you want? And then you pick the book and it automatically gives you the correct spine cover and everything. And then you can just throw your artwork up on the cover. So there's the cover thing, the creator. We have a free interior. We call it the Interior Wizard. It's free for everyone, but it's only got like 4 interiors now. That's something we're going to be working on. And then we have a few plugins that go along with it to help you upload quicker, list your products without typing everything out manually. So those are going well. We have a few things that we're working on. But going back to Glenn's comment about being early, you have to realize that when we're, we actually sell on these platforms. So it's a huge pain to sit there and after the 5th upload, you're already sick of doing it, or you're already sick of dragging and dropping files. Like once you're sick of something, we try to actually make it faster so we can make more money on these platforms. So we are actual sellers on the platform, which is why things tend to move fast.
I don't think, and it's not me trying to poke fun, but I don't think Glenn even knows because he hasn't uploaded a single journal yet. But no, it is a very tedious process. You have to well, no, actually, Glenn, I think you did publish back in the days, right?
Yeah, back in the day, like actual physical books, I did.
Yeah, I mean, you remember, man, right? You got to put in your pen name. You got to choose your categories, and then you got to fill out the keywords. The distribution and all that. It gets nuts. It's a little more complex than merch. That's for sure.
The covers were always took me forever. When I was actually doing, the actual books with interiors that were, chapters or writing or anything, I could do that fine. I have no problem writing quickly. But when it comes to actually creating the covers, I'm sitting there on my computer like, what am I going to do? I'm not a designer. If I hire someone, I'm waiting 2 weeks, to get the work back. Huge pain.
Do you have a VA currently using your batch uploader, or are you just
No,
doing it all
the
yourself?
one I do it all myself currently. It is something I want to do, but I need to get a actual Excel spreadsheet, created to make
Mhm.
sure that they're uploading what I want. But it's something I want to do. I just haven't jumped into it yet. But
Yeah.
from my knowledge, now don't quote me on this, you can use VAs for uploading to KDP.
Yeah, I didn't. I was gonna say I haven't heard anything from Amazon saying that you can't. I know merch. They've told us
Right.
to our face, no, you can't have a VA have your password. Amazon hasn't said anything, and until then, if you are using a VA, that's absolutely okay.
And I mean
Um,
that does bother me honestly that merch doesn't allow you to use a VA simply because if you have 10 designs and you can easily upload those by yourself, it's not really an issue. But when your designs start turning into an actual business and you're producing hundreds a week and you're trying to get things online, to tell people to not run a business like a business it's a little frustrating. But with KDP, I like that one, you can use VAs to the best of my knowledge. But two, I think that my favorite part of KDP isn't even the books; it's the fact that they don't come down if they don't sell. They're up on
yeah, I
Amazon
know. They're
forever.
there forever.
It's just the best part.
Even if you have no sales, man, it's up there because each book they're assigned their own ISBN number,
So yeah, so you truly do the work one time and you never touch it again.
and you'll never
Ever.
touch it again. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you. So you said you have about what 700 journals?
No, it's like 500 to 600.
Okay, I'm
In
sorry,
there.
500 to 600.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what are your sales like right now? Because I was laughed at by Kelly when we had her on the show. I told her, I told her how much money I was making, and she laughed at me. I'm just curious.
I'm doing about 600 to 700 sales per month. So that kind of breaks down to almost
Jeez.
one sale per book, a little bit more. I do have a few that have actually, are the consistent sellers. So those are doing pretty well. But when I was telling you, it reminds me of the early days of merch. Just like you just throw stuff up that you already have, and some of them like hit really hard. Some of them don't do anything, right? It's definitely the 80-20 rule. A few other people I've talked to that are in, I know you said you had how many up? 800?
800, close to 800.
And how are you doing, if you don't mind me asking?
No, dude, I talk about it openly. Dude, I'm doing like maybe $100 a month right now.
Dude, keywords. It's keywords.
No, you know what it is? I figured it out. I'm putting them in the wrong category.
Oh, are you?
I'm almost positive because for the longest time I was going into nonfiction, and then I realized, well, Santa Claus isn't nonfiction.
Right.
He should be in fiction.
Right.
And I've just been lazy. I've been lazy. I don't want to go back and fix everything, but I think I've been putting them in wrong categories.
That could be it. For me, though, it definitely comes down to the back-end keywords and going in. Because a lot of the T-shirts I have that do well from back in the day that still continue to do well are now huge niches, right? So, like, everyone's searching for them. If I can just go into my merch listings and say, okay, these are the keywords I use, I'm going to use those same ones for the back-end keywords of the books.
I got you.
But
yeah.
Go ahead.
No.
Well, I was gonna say I was talking to a buddy today who just started, and he said he had something like 20 books up, and he said he was doing about 30 to 50 a month on those 20 books.
What am I doing wrong?
So, dude, look at your back-end keywords. It might be the category though. I don't know.
I'm almost positive it's the categories.
You have to get another coaching call from Kelly.
Going through those damn categories though is such a pain. There's so many of them.
So how do you go about doing that then? Let me ask you. Like, what's your strategy on that?
So if I'm going to publish like a Santa Claus design, okay, I'll set up the lister that we built, and which allows you to pick the categories that automatically picks them. And I'll go through and I'll find like, okay, this is the category I want this design in. And then I'll just put all the Santa Claus designs up at once through that category. Because at that point, the lister is just, it's just a hotkey. So all you have to do is like, Shift X. And I just fill them all out, open up a ton of tabs.
Okay. Yeah, because she said with 800, she said I should be doing about 80 cents per journal.
Okay.
And I did the math, and I'm
80 cents a journal. I must be pricing higher than her. That's a first.
I mean,
Are you
isn't
making
that
like
just-
$2 or so, or how much are you making?
Yeah, I'm making about $2.
Oh man, so that's like 1,400 a month.
Somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Young.
dude? Isn't that what she said, Glenn? When we had her on the show, did she
Uh,
say?
I don't remember. I don't
I could've
remember.
sworn she said like 80 cents. She said on average I should be making about 80 cents a journal, unless she lied to me.
Well, the thing that I'm finding too is I think most people listening to this are going to realize that I really like pricing low. But when it comes to the books, to be honest, there's hardly anyone that does merch doing these no content books. So you can go into a niche like dabbing unicorns. This might be a little bit more saturated since the last time I checked, but there'll be like 800 designs. You go on merch, there's like 100,000 designs.
Yeah.
So, if you take that strategy and you realize, okay, if you go into a little bit more niche, maybe not dabbing unicorn, but another big niche that has 100 designs, I don't really have a problem pricing my book at $2 royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not even competing with anyone else. The design's unique. There's not many of these actual no content journals, whatever you want to call them. That might change in the future. That's probably definitely going to change in the future.
I think a lot of things are gonna. I mean, it's how it is, man. Whenever something picks up on Amazon's gonna start making changes. But now are you? I know you mentioned that you're using your shirt designs for your journals. Are you also specifically just designing for?
Nope.
No.
I mean, to be honest, I have a bunch of designs in a folder, right? I'm not a designer, so I don't want to go. I want to actually make use of what I have first before I look into specific designs. Now, the thing is, the one thing I have noticed, I have a buddy who he's seeing a lot of success with low numbers. Do you know what he's doing for his interiors? He's making custom interiors. He's using the same designs he's got on merch, but the interiors, because after a while, once you upload them, you can actually look inside and see what they are.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's making custom interiors that look really, really good for very specific practices.
Mm-hmm.
And those do very, very, very well, other than maybe just the line notebooks. Now, the line notebooks do sell. Right.
No, they do, and I've made some interiors last year that I've sold, but I've only been using just a line interiors, only because that's just easier for me. Right?
Oh yeah, that's the bottleneck. Is custom interiors. One, you either have to pay for them, or two, you have to spend 30 minutes to an hour making them,
mm-hmm.
and that's so much time that you could be spending uploading or doing something maybe more productive.
Absolutely, yeah. And you got the ones that I made last year, right? Did I ever send them to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I didn't jump on KDP right away. I'm gonna be honest. It took me a while. I was very, very, very focused on merch.
Dude, we didn't either. We when did we take the coaching from Kelly, Glenn?
It's been a while already. I think
it was late last year.
That's like October or something.
No, I think it was way along. I think it was before that. But then I didn't dive. I think it was early 2018. I swear, or middle of 2018. Kelly told us behind the scenes, this is what I'm doing. This is how much I'm making. And Glenn and we just lost our minds when she said she was making $5,000 doing low content journals.
Nice.
We're like, what the hell? And then so she told us about it. We took the coaching with her, and then I didn't actually start doing it until around October.
Right. Well, and the thing is, first you hear the numbers. You're like, $5,000 a month. That sounds great. And then it sits in your mind. You're like, okay, now I have to do the work, and no one wants to do the actual work.
Mm-hmm.
Which, one, we tried to make a little bit easier with the software, but two, it is still work, but you only have to do this work once.
Exactly.
But even then, we still had the whole KDP and Create Space. There was still kind of what's going to happen type of here.
Two things.
Yeah.
When did they finally merge? Because I was doing Create Space stuff too, but it wasn't journals.
They merged about 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, it was about 2 months ago, I think. It was 2 months ago. So going back to what that guy had asked, he goes, well, what does BookBolt offer? And what I told him was, I was like, knowing Neil if you buy the lifetime deal now, you know he's gonna add tons of more features to it, right? And I'm sure you're working on that. I don't know if you can reveal what you're working on. You don't have to tell us, but I'm sure there's going to be tons of more features here in the near future, right?
Yeah, so one thing we are working on actively, we have a keyword module that just says, coming soon right now. We are finishing that up, so it's almost ready to go. Not sure when that's going to be coming out, but again, like we also sell on Amazon. So as things come up and the community says, what would be really helpful is this, or I'm sitting there uploading and this thing is just driving me nuts. Like if there's a way to fix that or it's a little bit easier, then yeah, we're going to include it.
Absolutely.
So it should grow with the platform and the community is kind of, when we started Merch Informer, that was kind of our goal. I think we've done that. So I think we're going to try to do that with Book Bolt as well.
Hey, well, $169 for a one-time payment. I mean, you have to try to cash in right now while it's still pretty early.
Well,
I mean, that's
the
a
thing
good
is,
deal.
we weren't sure how to price it, but we also weren't sure if people were going to actually do KDP. And we are in beta, so the people who signed up right away, they actually helped us fix a lot of the small little annoying bugs that we had that I wasn't able to find. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with that price. We do have a few things we want to release first before we come on a beta, but yeah, we don't have a lifetime for Merch Informer, so we wanted to see how it worked.
Mm-hmm. And how's that been working out?
It's been pretty good. The people that sign up for the lifetime are actually super helpful to us. Finding bugs, giving us suggestions,
Good.
And we've fixed a lot of things, and we've added a few things that people have suggested. So far, it's working out pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, what do you prefer then? Do you prefer doing KDP or merch?
Oh, I don't think there's a straight answer to that, to be honest. I prefer some things in merch, like here's the thing. I like KDP and I like merch, but the biggest thing I hate about KDP is the fact that you can upload an interior 10 times. It's the same interior. It goes through 9 times out of 10, and there's always going to be that one time that you upload where someone sits down and goes, you know what, your margins aren't right, deny. It's the most annoying.
I've never had that happen.
Really?
Never.
Oh my, drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. I don't know what the reason is. 9 books will go through. The other book will get denied. I'll have to go back and go, oh my God. And I'll upload it again. Maybe it gets denied. Maybe it goes through. I'm stuck just wondering.
What do you hate about merch?
Their non-existent support, which is a pain, and their constant making people go back and edit their listings. That's a little annoying too.
And we just got like a recent one too, didn't we? Like a day or two
just got
ago.
that notice saying that. Well, I mean, I'm not guilty of any of that, but for the people that are,
Colors and stuff.
mentioning colors and keyword stuff, and
here's the thing: do you remember when everyone had to go back through? I will take responsibility for this. I told every single person I ever talked to or met to put, if you order a size up for a looser fit. Okay, because I was told that was good to go, and here's the thing: the people that are ordering these shirts, they need to hear that. They really do, because no one looks at the sizing chart, and that was great, and it helped my reviews. And then they came out with that update. I don't even remember when it was. You can't order a size up for a looser fit. And I'm sitting there like, 1, I have to edit a bunch of listings, but 2, like, I'm responsible for thousands of people putting that in their listings too. Like, what am I going to say to people?
Damn you, Neil!
Thankfully, I didn't get too much hate about it, but I did feel a little bit bad about that one. But
I mean, it's something that's it's not really in our control. I mean, they could change pretty much anything at any point, and then you have to go back and make all of those changes. I guess, what is your state of mind on merch right now? Yours and maybe some of the people that you also, I guess, talk to, and how things have kind of changed over time.
Things have definitely gotten harder, but I think there's a big subset of people who don't actually want to put in the effort to find where you can still make sales. So what I mean by that is, back when I first started, I could put up literally anything. I could draw something and it would sell. I mean, that's how I started. And if you ever seen something I drawn, it's not good. Now you actually have to have designs that are decent, but they also need to be unique. They need to be very niche down. If you don't have something that's ranking, you have to go niche. So you have to put more. I might be a little bit biased, but you have to put more time into the research aspect in order to get that return, because there's 10 to 100 times, I don't even know the number, but there's 10 to 100 times more sellers on a platform, and that's all your competition. So you have to put more time in than they're putting in to kind of find that balance of where can you make money versus where am I wasting my time.
No, I agree. And then you also came out with a blog article not too long ago about exploring other platforms, which I 100% agree with. Like Redbubble and Etsy and all that.
Etsy's probably the biggest one. If you can stomach the customer support. Once you get selling enough things on Etsy, people ask you to customize everything. And if you're me, I just say no. I can't customize anything. But if you're young, you can customize anything for anyone, Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Glenn too, right? But I know Glenn doesn't have any he has no intention of selling on Etsy, because he showed me his numbers on eBay. He does eBay, and he makes enough money on eBay to make a good living. I still think you should maybe kind of dive. Maybe you and your brother should maybe split your time doing Etsy, because I think there's a lot of opportunity there for Glenn.
Well, it's definitely figuring out like what are you good at, right? There are some people in the merch community that should not be selling T-shirts. They just shouldn't, because they're not very good at understanding what makes good design, what's going to sell, what the customers want. Their time might be better spent writing a blog or doing eBay. You have to find where your time is going to make you the most money or you the most happy.
Exactly. No, I completely agree. Like I don't belong on a YouTube channel. Like nobody wants to look at me, right? You guys will never see me on YouTube. But no, I completely agree. Absolutely, man. So tell us about the pricing. So it's $169.
It's $169.99 for the lifetime. It's $9.99, I believe, for the monthly. And then it's, if I am remembering correctly, $89.99 for the yearly.
Yep.
So there's monthly, yearly, and then lifetime.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have all that in the show notes, so that way, if you guys do want to sign up, I would say take advantage of it now. I do have a promo code, I am an affiliate. I'm just gonna I'm gonna disclose that I am an affiliate, and everything will be in the show notes. So if you guys are interested, if you're tired of merch, and you want to kind of take a stab at KDP, now is probably the best time to do it.
And here's the thing, right? Like, we do offer a 3-day trial, so you can sign in and use it for 3 days. But the biggest thing is every single person that has done any sort of print on demand, Etsy, Redbubble, merch, you have like some sort of asset, aka your design, sitting in folder somewhere. Like, you owe it to yourself to just upload a few of them and see if any of them sell.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, but I was just gonna say, I was having this conversation with BJ DeLong last week, and I was like, look, at the end of the day, I joke about I have 800 journals up, and I'm only making $100, right?
But that's more than you were making yesterday.
Exactly. And the thing is, I still, I'm taking all those designs that I already have. They're just sitting there. And all I did was just upload them onto KDP, and now I got $100 extra.
Yep. And that compounds, right? Like, you can use that $100 to buy more designs, do a new business, and they never come down. So you do the work one time, and so the potential upside is infinite, and the potential downside is, like, what's it take to upload a book? 5 to 10 minutes, maybe. Exactly. That's like at the max. So you can either make a lot of money, make a little bit of money, make some money, or waste 10 minutes. Like, it's just, I don't know why more people aren't doing it.
Yeah. Well, if you guys been following the podcast, if you guys been listening, you guys been following my KDP journey the last couple of months, and I'm at, like I said, it sounds like I should be making more. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong, but like I said, I have $100 every month now without having to do anything. Yeah, even if I didn't upload another freaking journal, at least I know I have $100 unless they change something.
But it proves the concept, right? Like, to me, it's always the most exciting, like that first sale or that first dollar you ever make in whatever you're going into, because that tells you, like, hey, this works. Like, if I can just do more of this, or if I can go back and tweak this, maybe I can turn that dollar into $10, that $10 into 100.
No, absolutely, I agree.
Let me ask you this question real quick, because Young doesn't let me speak, so once in a while, just kidding.
You never talk.
Yeah. All right. So what would stop this whole thing from turning into merch all over again, or what would make you different from everybody else on KDP? Like, does advertising even matter much, or have you tried any of that kind of stuff?
I've not tried it yet. It's something I want to do because you can run AMS ads to them. But for what do you mean by turning into merch?
I guess as far as like a lot of competition now, like your example was the unicorn thing. Like now there's hundreds of thousands of the same type of niche and going all over again, and then we're kind of like just lost, with so many designs. Right. What do you think?
Well, one, I think that even though there's a lot of complaints about the 1.5 million unicorn designs, there's only so much space on the front page, right? So if you upload trash and someone clicks on your trash and clicks back, like, you're falling down the page. Every single time you're falling down the page. So there's that. Two, I think there's almost unlimited opportunity for KDP because you can differentiate yourself with interiors. You can't like change a t-shirt. A t-shirt is a t-shirt is a t-shirt,
Yeah.
Even though you put your designs on a book, you can have a dabbing. If you're using dabbing unicorn, right? You could have a dabbing unicorn journal. You could have a dabbing unicorn like prayer book. You could have a dabbing unicorn meal planner. There's just so many different things that people use it to write down. I mean, I write things down on the back of a receipt. Like, not like that's gonna be an interior, but there's just so many different like mediums to put inside of a book.
You guys just totally destroyed my niche just now.
Receipts? The receipt niche?
Man, I was all in that, man. You guys destroyed it.
When I first, the first time I looked, so I heard about KDP, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to upload my first journal. I went over to Amazon, I typed in dabbing unicorn journal.
Oh, that's funny.
And there was 400 results. I'm sitting there like, 400. I went over and looked at merch research, to see how many were on Amazon. It's like 40,000, something ridiculous. There's definitely room here. I mean, I hate the term like get in early, right? But if not many other people are going to do it, you might as well take advantage of it when it's easy.
I've been bitching for the past few months how difficult merch has gotten. Clearly.
Oh, it's definitely gotten harder.
KDP, it sounds like a lot of people are migrating over there. And if you are one of the people that are migrating over to KDP, take advantage of book bulk now. Lifetime offer. I don't know when Neil's going to take it away. Is that ever going to go away?
It definitely might. I think we're still trying to figure out how we want to come out of beta and what features we actually want to include in the software before we actually yank it out of beta. We want to make sure that all the bugs are gone. I'm pretty sure they're all gone right now, thanks to the first few users. But it's up in the air. It's definitely up in the air.
So it may or may not go away. So take advantage now. And if you are one of the early users, continue to let Neil know about any bugs. We appreciate your feedback. Hey, man, it's good to talk to you, man. So it's good. I know we talk all the time behind the scenes. Glenn, he's I don't know. He's
off doing YouTube.
He's off doing YouTube. I know you guys haven't talked in a while. But you gonna invite us over to your house one of these days or what? You notice he didn't answer my question.
No, I heard that.
Huh? You heard the question. You just didn't have to answer it.
I know. Me and Young are gonna learn some eBay. That's what we're gonna do.
That's what we need to do. Man. Apparently, that's where the money's at. Yeah, we're gonna learn eBay. Cool, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Always good to talk to Neil. He's always working on other random stuff, and then once he's
a busy guy. No, seriously, he's busy. He's smart. He's very innovative.
On top of things.
On top of things. So yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely a good guy to talk to. So there was a couple of things that we didn't talk about in the opening statements that you reminded me of. What are they?
Okay, so the 26th, March 26th, we did get an update. To save you time, we're launching product creation beta, allowing you to publish multiple products in multiple marketplaces with a single submission. Did you try this?
I don't think I have access to it yet.
Oh, I did get access, but I haven't tried it yet. And I was, RJ had posted on there that he tried it and then he got like a bunch of rejected designs. So he's trying to figure it out, I guess, like what happened or why. So, it is in beta mode, so who really knows? I guess that's going to take some time. And then the 29th, a couple of days ago, update on the content policy. So for guideline 3.3, inaccurate product descriptions, the changes include misleading product descriptions, keyword stuffing, and reference to colors, effects, and textures. So after this announcement, we'll begin reviewing new submissions for this guideline. I think that kind of stuff has already been over talked about as far as the colors.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, they've talked about it in the past, and obviously they're bringing it up again this time around. But are they going to take any action? I don't know. I'm gonna guess no. It sounds to me like they're just saying from here on out, all the new listings we will police, but everything that's still up there, we're just gonna leave it as is.
Well, it says like we want to give you time to update your existing listings for this compliance.
But haven't they said that before, and they've never done anything?
Well, I don't know. We'd have to talk to somebody that.
We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But it sounds like to me, what I'm getting out of it is anything that's new, that they will start policing it. And they'll keep an eye out on keyword stuffing and see if there's any comments about the colors and all that. I personally don't think they're going to touch anything that's already listed. That's just my own opinion. But solid interview, good guest. What you got going on for the week?
Anything new for the week? I mean, I'm surprised you didn't do any like April Fool's Day type of stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about, but we got tank tops.
Oh yeah, forgot about that update.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, join the Merch Minds Facebook group. All the information's in the group. We got tank tops on Merch by Amazon.
Yeah, you need to join anyway because there you can get access to the podcast. So while you're there,
good stuff, man.
Young's link.
Cool, man. Right. Well, we'll talk next week.
Sounds good. See you.